Most people believe claiming Social Security is one of the simplest decisions they'll ever make. You reach a certain age, you file the paperwork, the checks begin. That's how it's usually framed. No strategy, no long-term thinking, no real discussion about consequences. But that belief, quiet, widespread, and rarely challenged, has cost retirees an extraordinary amount of money over time. Not a few missed dollars here and there. Not small change. In many cases, this single decision has quietly erased over $100,000 from a retiree's lifetime income. And what makes this even more unsettling is that most people never realize it happened. There's no warning notice, no alert from the system, no moment where someone calls and asks, "Are you sure this is the right choice for you?" The checks simply arrive, month after month, smaller than they could have been. And once that happens, there's no rewind button. Today, we're slowing this conversation down because if you're approaching retirement or already there, this decision affects every Social Security payment you will ever receive, for years, for decades, possibly for the rest of your life. So let's start with the foundation, because everything else builds on this. You are allowed to begin collecting Social Security at age 62. That's the earliest age the system permits. And for many people, that moment feels like relief. After decades of working, contributing, and planning, finally accessing those benefits feels like crossing a finish line, especially if you're tired, burned out, or simply ready for the next chapter of life. But here's what often gets overlooked. Just because you can claim at 62 doesn't mean you should. Social Security is built around a concept called full retirement age. For most people today, that age falls somewhere between 66 and 67, depending on the year you were born. If you claim at your full retirement age, you receive 100% of the benefit you earned based on your work history and lifetime earnings. That number is considered your baseline. Everything else is measured against it. But when you claim earlier than that, especially at 62, something permanent happens. Your monthly benefit is reduced. Not temporarily. Not until you catch up. Permanently. Claiming at 62 can reduce your check by as much as 30% compared to what you would receive at full retirement age. And that reduction never goes away. It doesn't reset at 70. It doesn't adjust upward later. It follows you for life. Now let's look at the other side of the system. If you delay claiming beyond your full retirement age, something very different happens. Your benefit begins to grow. Each year you wait up to age 70, your monthly benefit increases by about 8% per year. By the time you reach 70, your check can be up to 32% higher than your full retirement benefit. That's not a one-time bonus. That's a permanently higher monthly payment every month, for as long as you live. So naturally, the big question becomes, does waiting really pay off? Or does it only look good in theory? This is where real-world data becomes impossible to ignore. One major analysis examining actual claiming behavior found that the average retired household missed out on over $111,000 by claiming Social Security at the wrong time. That wasn't based on extreme cases. That was the average. Even more surprising was what researchers discovered next. Only about 6% of retirees actually came out ahead by claiming early. Meanwhile, more than half of all retirees could have increased their lifetime income by waiting longer, often until age 70. Another large-scale study went even further. Researchers found that more than 9 out of 10 retirees would maximize lifetime benefits by delaying until 70. The median household could increase lifetime income by around $158,000. That's not abstract money. That's housing security, medical flexibility, long-term care options, and the ability to absorb unexpected expenses without panic. So if waiting is so powerful, why don't more people do it? Because Social Security isn't just a math equation. It's a life decision. Health plays a major role. If someone faces serious medical issues or has reason to believe they may not live long enough to benefit from higher future payments, claiming earlier can be a rational choice. A larger future check doesn't help much if you don't expect to collect it for long. In those cases, early claiming isn't a mistake. It's practical. Savings matter too. Someone with strong retirement savings may choose to claim earlier to retire sooner, valuing time and freedom over maximizing every dollar. Smaller checks might be acceptable if other income sources exist. Then there's lifestyle. Some people want to stop working as soon as possible. Others enjoy working longer. Some support family members. Some carry debt. Some value certainty over optimization. And this is the most important truth of all. There is no universal best age for everyone. Age 70 often wins on paper, but your health, your savings, your goals, and your circumstances matter just as much as the statistics. The real mistake isn't claiming early, and it isn't waiting longer. The real mistake is making this decision without understanding its long-term impact, because once you file, that choice follows you, every month, every year, for the rest of your life. That's why Social Security often feels like a hidden system. Not because it's secret, but because few people are ever shown how powerful this single lever truly is. The age you choose isn't just a date on a calendar. It's a financial multiplier, one that quietly shapes your retirement income over time. So if retirement is on the horizon, don't rush this decision. Don't focus only on the first check. Think in terms of decades. Think about the version of yourself 10, 20, or 30 years from now, when healthcare costs rise, energy changes, and stability matters more than ever. Understanding how Social Security works doesn't just protect your income, it protects your independence. And that understanding is often the difference between simply getting by and retiring with confidence.